Everybody, I want to do a quick video explaining the magnets that I use on my machines. These are called neodymium rare earth magnets. I think I started experimenting with these around 2006. I had found some in the hardware store and I thought they were really cool as far as how small they are and how strong they are. You could get them online through almost every major retailer like Amazon or whatever. These are called neodymium rare earth, or you could just search that and I'm sure you'll find many of them. The dimensions of these are, the diameter is 12 millimeter, the thicknesses are 2 to around 4. I send out extras of each just in case they break, but they are very cheap and easy to get to. You can also use different shapes. Let's say if you were to find one in a hardware store or something, as long as it's not going to hit the motor on the machine or hit the frame, it's fine to use. So if you want to experiment a little bit, you can. They also have what's called an N rating on them. It's basically how strong they're magnetized. They come around from 30 to 50, 52 is the highest I've ever seen. That these are, I think, around 45. So that's also another thing to maybe consider. You know, you could have a magnet of the same dimension and size, but that has a lower N rating, which means it's going to be a softer connection. The easiest way to handle them, they're very strong, the easiest way to handle them is to slide them to the side. If you try to pull it off straight, it's very difficult. And when you're putting them back together, don't let them just fly and hit because they will break. So get it as close as you can and then just let it go. I normally take one of each and have it sitting on the edge of my workbench if they're all spread out, so it's easy to switch them throughout the session if I need to change it, you know. These basically replace springs on a machine. What it does is that this is the linkage between the motor and the armature bar. So the smaller the magnet that you put on the armature bar, the softer the magnetic linkage is, which means it'll give more. So if you're using a smaller needle, that's what you want normally, or a softer hit. I mean, the bigger the magnet, it's going to give you a harder hit, which is really cool because you could actually slow the machine down without losing the hit. So that's really cool for like stipple work or whip shading. As far as I know, there's very few machines that could do that. Normally, if you slow a rotary down, you're going to lose that slap. So it's nice to be able to slow it down really low, but still have a nice hard hit to push in like heavy ink or big needles, or let's say on a part of the body that's kind of difficult to get the ink into the skin. I really like these as far as engineering goes because springs tend to be a weak point on a machine. That's something that's going to change throughout the session. It's going to be different the first minute as the last minute. And these basically get rid of that. You know, the magnetism stays the same, the give stays the same from the first second to the last. They won't snap or anything in the middle of a session. They can't break if you let them hit, but as long as you're careful with them, they technically will last forever. Also, just be careful with them. Don't, like I said, don't let them fly and hit each other. Or I wouldn't also put it right next to my phone or any sort of credit card or magnetized card, just because it's usually not good to have a strong magnet next to these things. If you guys have any questions or anything else, just write down in the comments below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. All right, thank you very much. Bye.